Hi, today I wanted to show you PayPal notifications, and some of the configuration will be shown as presentation and some will be shown in live systems. So let's start. The reason I created those PayPal notification is because most of the services right now on the market are not free. They are uh, taking some fees monthly. It differ depend on the service, and streamers I watch complained about it, so I wanted to figure out how complicated it would be to create something like PayPal notification on my own. And another reason is that those services almost certainly are gathering data about your transactions, about your donators, and that really bothers me because they can use those data for whatever reason they want. And after short investigation, it turned out that it wasn't so complicated to create those notifications. PayPal offers API that can be used to implement such instant notifications. And where can you get it? So visit my homepage and add this address in the description and download the package. And there are more than PayPal notification there. There are Twitch notification, Hitbox, Patron, and yeah, those are the all notifications that I currently have. And what is the requirement to run the PayPal notification? So the main IPN listener, instant notification listener, is implemented in Java. It is simple client-server application that is talking directly to PayPal. There is one-to-one connection, and once PayPal knows who to contact, PayPal will send instant notifications to that address, and that address will be this application, and this application will save each donation as to the text file, and the text file can be used to show notification on screen. Another requirement is Open Broadcaster CLR browser plugin, and you can find the link also in the description. So first we'll start with the PayPal configuration, and like I said, the PayPal API is public. Everybody can implement it. There are many such implementations, and right now most popular is probably NightDev's implementation, and yeah, currently known as StreamTips or ImRaising. But those are not free services. So the difference between those IPN listeners and mine is that mine runs locally from your computer, and no one have access to any data that you receive. No one can tamper with that data. You are in control. You are in complete control. So as I mentioned before, the PayPal talks directly to your computer, and how it does that is by you are specifying link to your computer in PayPal web page. We'll go to that in a minute. And if you really don't want to use your IP, or you don't have static IP, you can use free services like FreeDNS, NoIP, Duck DNS, or DEN. Those last two are not free. In Duck DNS you need to pay some donation to be able to use it, and then is completely commercial. FreeDNS is free, and this one will use it as example. NoIP is also free, but it is the domain name will be reset in a month, I think. So we'll use FreeDNS for now. Okay. So first we need to create PayPal button, and how you do that is you need to go to PayPal, Merchant Services, and try more save buttons and create new button. So I will try to show this on live system. Well, I won't use real PayPal, I will use Sandbox service. This is testing PayPal service that you can use. So in PayPal, go to my selling tools. Sandbox is a little bit slow, so you need to stay with me and wait for a minute. So yeah, so it was profile, my selling tools. Here we are, and you need to find out instant payment notification. Let's update this. Oh, sorry, my mistake. I think 2 steps ahead. So we wanted to start with PayPal button. So this merchant services, and here we need to use the my save button. I need to do a little trick in order for this to work in Sandbox. You just will click the button. Okay. Okay, and here we need to click create new button. As you can see, I already have a couple of test buttons that I used for testing, but for this presentation I will show the exact steps you need to do. So the button type is donation. Organization name is basically what will be displayed on the PayPal form. So whatever you want to write here. This is the ID. You don't need to set this, but if you have more than one, it's probably useful to have some kind of identification. So we can as well disable those because it's not needed, and yeah, you can set the currency. I will leave this like this. In PayPal you can have different emails. Here you can select exact email you want to use for this donation button. So let's use one available to us. Okay, I want to save the button in PayPal. Here I don't need any extra information, and I won't specify any extra fields. Okay, so let's create the button. Okay, while this is ongoing, I will check where we are in the presentation. Okay, we did that. Okay. Okay, and the code is generated. So if you don't want any extra fields like Twitch name and comment, just copy the link here and just use it in Twitch in Twitch panel. Just create new Twitch panel button and use it as PayPal, and that's it. Your PayPal IPN is configured. but for us we want those extra two fields, so we need to copy the source code of the button. Okay, and we need to find host button ID. Here it is. This is our new button, and with this, what we need to do, we need to go to our files that you downloaded from my web page, and you need to edit PayPal button HTML. Okay, here you need to also find host button ID, and you need to replace the default ID. So let's do that. Okay, so yeah, here is the exact step. You need to replace the ID. And what's next? Next we need to upload that HTML button to some website hosting service. Just use some kind of free service, or if you have already something, just upload the HTML file there. Just it can't be Dropbox, this can't be Google Doc. It need to be somewhere on the web that you can access and open the .html file. You need to be actually able to use that form inside that HTML file. So just copy it somewhere on the web and make sure it's working. So here it is. After I copied somewhere on the web, on this free hosting service, I opened it and checked that the form is open. So okay, and once you do that, you need to go to Twitch, edit your panels, hit the on button on there. So just go to your channel page, hit the edit on, and hit the plus button, and this will show up. So basically name your donation, write some comment, and here copy paste the link to the hosting service that you use to store the PayPal button HTML. If you didn't do those steps that are optional and use default PayPal button, here you will pass that link that you copied. So the steps are the same, but if you want to have custom fields, there are 2 additional steps. Okay, once you save it, you will have functional PayPal donation button. Okay, so next what we need to configure is actually the IPN PayPal IPN listener. So let's do that before we go to the next step on the presentation. So profile, my selling tools. Okay, again, this is sandbox, it is very slow, it's for testing only. Instant payment notification, update. Okay, you can see that I already have something here, but in your case this will be empty, and you will hit there will be some other button, but it's very similar. You just need to hit the button and you will be in the same exact view as I will be. So in the next view you need to set instant payment notification link. So as I mentioned, the NightDev, Stream Tips and I'm Raising, it's working exactly the same. Only different is that they are using the link to their websites, as we will be using link to our own computer. So you can see that I'm not using my IP, but if I would have static IP, I would just write here some IP, yeah, and that would also work. What you can also do, you can specify here port. So let's say 6433, and PayPal will connect your IP on that exact port. So you can specify all that, and for people that don't have static IP, it's better to use some kind of free hostname service, and in my case I used free DNS. So how to set free DNS in a moment. Just right now I will save my testing. Sorry, it's wrong. This is my test DNS name that I set up earlier in FreeDNS, and I would like to PayPal to contact me on port 6433 in case any new donation will arrive. So let's save. Okay, and yeah, this is all you need to do in PayPal to configure IPN listener. And now how to get that nice DNS name. So as I mentioned in the beginning, there are many free services that you can use. For me, I just use this one, FreeDNS. And if you have static IP, you can skip this. If you have dynamic IP, you need to probably use it. Otherwise, you would need to replace the IP in the PayPal constantly. So another reason is if you are really paranoid, you can also use this solution. Okay. Yeah, also one thing is that you can check if your router already supports some kind of free service. Mine, for example, is supporting no IP. So I could use no IP, but as I mentioned in the beginning, they have the DNS that you will receive from them is reset in the beginning of next month. So it's not really that good to. You would need to change every month the DNS name in PayPal. So as I said, let's continue with FreeDNS. So on FreeDNS webpage, you need to sign up, fill the sign up table. Then you will receive an email from them. You need to activate your account, and after you activate your account, the first page you will see is this. And from the beginning, you can click add subdomain, and in the next window you can set the exact address you will use. So here you will type some kind of name and use one of the public names that they offer you, and they auto detect your IP. And after you save it, you are good to go. You can use the DNS name. And there is one problem for people with dynamic IP is that the IP will change in a couple of hours, in a day, whatever. So FreeDNS also offers many clients that you can use that will update FreeDNS service with your new IP. So on the left side in the web page, you can see that here is dynamic DNS section. Just click that link and choose one of the tutorials that are there. So you can find the routers tutorials, Windows client, Linux client, some kind of scripts to update. I won't show it because it takes time to configure all that, and I don't really want to show that. You can figure that on your own. It's not that complicated. So use some kind of client that will update your IP to FreeDNS. So when you will be done with that, you can use those DNS name in IPN PayPal setup. So as I show you before, here after you're done with FreeDNS, you will have the nice DNS name that you can use here in the instant payment notification setup. Okay, let's continue. Okay, here's the same steps I showed you on the sandbox. You will set the name. Okay. Yeah, quick warning, you need to be aware that the port that you will use need to be open for connections. So you need to enable port forwarding in router and check if firewall will allow the connection on that port. So just a quick tip if you have any problem connecting. There are some services like Is My Port Open. So after you start the IPN Java listener, that we will start that in a moment, you can actually go to Google, type Is My Port Open, and check if your IPN listener works. Okay, so let's continue. As I shown before, you will set you need to check the receive IPN message enabled in the window. When you hit edit, you need to have this enabled, otherwise the message won't come to your listener. Okay, after you hit save, you are ready to launch the listener. But before we launch it, we need to configure the Java client. So just go to folder when you unpack all the files, go to IPN folder, and there is nice property file, property JSON, and here we have two fields that you need to modify: PayPal email and port. So as you can see, I already have here my dummy test Gmail account, and I have already the port that we set a minute ago. So you need to set those two files to whatever port you want to use and whatever PayPal email you want to use, and be sure it is PayPal email you actually use in PayPal. Okay. Okay. After we done that, we can start the instant payment notification listener. So type in the command line, go to the IPN folder, and from there type java jar IPN listener jar. Okay, so let's do that. Java jar IPN listener jar. So there is every donation will be shown in this window. Here you can see to which files the program will save the donations. There are 4 files: today donation with comment, and the same files but with txt extension. And those files can be used in those txt files can be used for ticker donation notifications, and JSON files are used in the alert notification HTML. Okay, as you can see, the listener is listening on port 6433, the same as we set in PyPal IPN listener setup, and the application is right now running. Okay, so let's assume in a minute that you store somewhere the PyPal button. I won't do that because I can test it from local file system. But at this point you already have the PayPal button connected to Twitch, so anybody can click the donation button and they will be redirected to this page. Okay, so here the person that will want to donate will write his Twitch name and some kind of comment. Okay, so let's do that. And remember that I'm using Sandbox account. On the live account you won't be able to test it like I do. Well, you are able to test it, but you need to transfer really money to be able to test it. So okay, so this is my Sandbox account that we set up for PayPal instant payment notifications. Okay, let's transfer $1. Again, this is Sandbox and it's very slow. Okay, let's confirm and let's wait for the message. Okay, as you can see, PayPal sent to us the donation, and the user is test1, and the message is the same as we set in the donation comment section. So it works. Okay, so what's next? Next we need to add the notification to OBS. So let's do that. Open OBS. I hope it won't crash. Okay, it might. Okay, it's still recording. Okay, I hope it won't crash the other one. Let's start it again. Okay, so let's add CLR browser source. Let's call it PayPal. Okay, let's browse to the place where you unpack the FreeStream notification package, and alert is the file that is monitoring the TXT and JSON files for changes. Okay, let's add optional field on load test. This field is used to show the notification after you right after you enable the source. So let's click OK and let's click preview. Okay, it works. This is a test message that you will see every time you enable this. So let's change that disable this and let's find out if you are able to receive the real donation. Let me quickly check. Okay, let's open alert HTML. So there is a bunch of code, and you can change from which file the alert is checking for donation. Right now it is checking from top donation.json. So in EPN we have folder, we have top donation JSON, and you can open it. Yeah, here you can open it, and here there is the test message. Okay, so let's change it to top donation with comment, because we want to see the actual comment instead. So okay, top donation comment, and let's quickly test it in OBS. Okay, we have a comment. So let's remove the node and let's simulate the donation again. Okay, test 2, my comment 2. Okay, while this is ongoing, I will check. Okay, so again, let's give us $2. Okay, okay, let's confirm that and wait for notification to arrive. Okay, here it comes, and here it is. Okay, so this is how it works, and yeah, you can, to monitor incoming transaction, you can have this window opened, or you can open transaction log HTML. So this file won't work in Chrome, or it will only work if you run it through simple HTTP server. If you're using my Twitch notifications, you already have this running. So let's actually do this. Let's do this again. Oh, storm is coming. Okay, and now we can access the link from localhost. So let's copy that link, and you can open this in another window, and it will show every transaction that came from PayPal. So we will have the same view as here, but here you can see only the name and the comment, and here you can actually see all the details about the transaction, and if the transaction was revoked you can also see that here. So the green one is completed donation, and the red one is that was revoked, reversed, or whatever, but it is no longer in your PayPal. So you can see, you can check details, and you can see all the details of those people that donated to you. Yeah, and here is the ID of the transaction in PayPal. I think I will also change this to actually show, because the comment is somewhere here in the one of the variables, but I think I will actually change it so that the comment is also shown. Yeah, I don't see it right now, but it's somewhere here. I will actually change it so it is also shown here, so you don't need to search for it. You will see it right on the screen. For example, if someone will write you very long message that won't fit in the notification in OBS, then you can click here and read that message. So that's basically it, the setup. It might be overwhelming in the beginning, but it's if you really dive into it, it's really very simple. So maybe one more thing I can show is how to change the default animation. So we used alert HTML to change the animation. You open the style folder, and here's the alert CSS, and here's the start animation, end animation, and here is the actual call and the delay. So you can change those values, play around with those, and speed up the animation, slow it down, whatever you want. And to change those animations, just visit animate CSS. Okay, and they have very nice animations here. You can use it for inspiration. Visit the GitHub page, sources, okay, fading, let's use fading entrances and fade in. Okay, so here's the keyframes, copy that, paste it to our CSS file, rename it, add WebKit. Okay, and remove old function. So right now we modified the default entrance animation. So let's check if it really worked. Oh yeah, we should enable. Yeah, so it was fade in. Yeah, so this is how you can change the animation, and to change the notification, how it looks like, you have, like in my other notification, you have three elements: parent, alert, and text. And what you need to do is actually play with those three elements: alert in CSS, alert, text, and parent. So modify this as you want, and you will modify this way the notification. You can find in my playlist video about Twitch notifications. I shown their exact steps, how to change it and how to add a background image, etc. So go see my older video and you will know how to do it step by step. So I hope this tutorial helped you, and I hope you will start using the MyPayPal notification. It's a little more complicated than just go to StreamTips page and configure everything in 2 minutes, but it's I think it's worth it, and you need to keep remember it's free. Every free software is a little bit more complicated, but once you will dive into this setup, you will know exactly what you are doing. It's actually very simple. So hope you enjoy it, and see you next time.